So when Wildbook was originally developed, it was actually developed as a research project, I believe out of Australia, called the Shepherd Project. And it was up for whale sharks. And why whale sharks? Because whale sharks, they have a place on their body where you can say, hey, this pattern, their star pattern, is unique to that shark. So they identified where that spot was the best, and then they went out and they took photographs and used this AI. It's interesting, the AI, and the reason that they chose whale sharks is because the AI is a combination of several platforms, and one of those was a NASA star charting software. Okay. And so whale sharks work really well. So they
So
basically
you're
did
saying
stars.
the spots on the whale sharks were basically close enough to stars to be used as identifiers.
Yeah, so what they do is they create like a star chart, right? So point here, point here, point here, and then a bunch of them in this range. So you have maybe a dozen stars in that box, and then that way the next time you take a photograph, it might be skewed, but because it's star charting software, it knows how to make that adjustment to flatten it back out and
Oh,
to
cool.
get the positioning.
So it doesn't matter what angle you take the photo at, you still can identify the shark, and so you don't need professional photographers taking it from the same angle all the time. This is where amateurs can come in and you can use that software. And do they link it with like locations so that they can track the movements of the shark? Is that the goal?
Yes, it does. It does. And that's, when we get into the seven gills and the local people, part of uh, their caution to submitting data is because they don't want fishermen to know where they are. So yes, you can. And now the software has been expanded to many marine species, including giant sea bass, including manta rays, seven gill sharks, because we figured out seven gills have freckling patterns, and those freckling patterns are unique.